The day has come. I have sold my Bitcoin.
Paper hands.
Okay, I didn't actually sell all of my Bitcoin. I still have most of it, and I plan on buying more, but I did sell 2 of them to raise $100,000 to invest in something that I believe this year has a chance of doing better than Bitcoin. And in today's video, I want to explain exactly what it is and why I think what I think. It's another cryptocurrency called OMI. So what is OMI? OMI is the cryptocurrency that underpins the Veve economy, and Veve is an app where you can buy premium digital collectibles or NFTs from brands like Marvel and Universal and Disney and so much more. But this video is not about NFTs. So, fun fact. Not a lot of people know this, but OMI was the second best performing crypto in all of 2021, right behind Axie Infinity. And as exciting as that is, please understand that before watching this entire video, that I'm not trying to convince you to buy OMI or follow what I'm doing. Before you buy any crypto, make sure that you first get your 401k employer match, you max out your Roth IRA, you go back to your 401k, you max that out, and maybe for extra credit, you get yourself an HSA. And if one or none of those words made any sense to you, then you definitely shouldn't be buying crypto unless it's to diversify, because once again, crypto is speculative, it's volatile, and people have lost a lot of money. Not unlike Facebook stock. But they've also made a lot of money. So hopefully in this video, I can explain my plan to do exactly that. I'm excited, let's get started. Hi, my name is Andrei Jikh. Hope you're doing well, come for the finance, and stay for the money-making tips. Also, just do the exact opposite of what I'm doing, and you'll save a lot more money. So first, I wanna say that this video is not sponsored by Acomi or any of their affiliates. In fact, I have never been paid to promote or talk about a crypto or an NFT project on this channel, and I'd like to keep it that way. Also, for anyone who says that I'm just making this video to pump up my OMI bags, unfortunately, I cannot manipulate the price of billion-dollar projects with my YouTube videos. I wish I could, but I just don't have that kind of power. This is just something I'm super passionate and excited about, and I'm sharing it with you. So here's the quick backstory. In March of 2021, I put in $150,000 of my own money to buy this OMI cryptocurrency. Fast forward a few months later, and it dropped down to $20,000. So on paper, I lost a ton of money. I still held on though, and it came back up. Today, it's worth between $100,000 to $120,000. The value kind of fluctuates, and I believe in this project so much that I put in an additional $100,000. So today, I own something like 33.8 million OMI tokens worth roughly $222,000. So let me explain exactly what's going on. This is about to get pretty nerdy and technical, but if you can hang on with me, then I promise it'll make a lot more sense why I sold something as valuable as Bitcoin in exchange for OMI. And it's not because I believe OMI is better than Bitcoin, not at all. It's because I believe that Veve will grow its user base tremendously this year, and as a result, OMI will grow much faster than Bitcoin. Now, I've talked about NFTs before, so full disclosure, my bags are loaded. This is the full vault value of all the NFTs that I own inside the app, but I did not spend $300,000 on all these NFTs. I've spent probably about a third of this value, and in a sense tripled, which is kind of nice because it's more than enough made up for all the losses I've had in OMI. But again, this video is not about the collectibles themselves, it's about the cryptocurrency. Now at the peak in March 2021, OMI was trading at roughly 0.013, a little bit more than a penny. Now right now, it's trading at less than half of where it was at the peak. It's just been going up and down, going through what's called consolidation, which is where people are finding stronger and stronger support levels. So why is it down? Here are the 3 big problems. I'm gonna convince you not to invest in this first, and then I'm gonna show you how those problems are gonna be solved. So problem number 1 is that you can't buy this crypto on any of the normal exchanges like Coinbase and Gemini, Voyager, FTX, BlockFi. You just can't find it. And that limits its upside potential in terms of its market cap and its trading volume and everything else. The second major problem is that it has an in-game currency called gems. 1 gem is $1. Now this is a great idea because I don't know what 0.0015 Bitcoin means, but I know that 400 gems means $400. The problem though is that OMI was supposed to be the original in-app currency. But the problem is that Apple and the App Store are not gonna allow people to use cryptocurrency to buy things with because it just doesn't work that way. And because these collectibles can only be bought inside the app, we have to use these gems, which sort of negates the purpose of OMI's existence. And the third problem is that once you convert your dollars to gems, you cannot convert your gems back to dollars, which means all the people that have made all of these gems and all of this money in the app didn't really make real money, so they can't pay their real bills. They're stuck holding the in-app currency. And that makes people very skeptical of OMI because what are gems really worth? So those are the problems, and now let me tell you why I think all of those problems are about to disappear Chris Angel style off camera. Here's reason number one why I believe OMI is about to go up in value this year. On January 27th, they completed the migration to ERC20, which is the Ethereum blockchain. Now before this, they were using something called the Go chain, which is a proprietary blockchain that no one was really using, which meant that exchanges couldn't really list it anywhere. But now that they're using the Ethereum blockchain, exchanges have the capacity to list it. And here is how this is going to directly translate to price. Let's compare OMI to something like Dogecoin. In the last 24 hours, Dogecoin had a trading volume of $500 million. Now by comparison, OMI's 24-hour trading volume was 4.3 million. That's a difference of roughly 100x. Now, to be fair to Dogecoin, OMI doesn't have people like Elon Musk tweeting about it, so maybe it's more fair to compare it to something like Axie Infinity, which was the best performing crypto in all of 2021. Remember, OMI was second, right behind it. So Axie Infinity's 24-hour trading volume was $365 million. On a good day, OMI will clear maybe $10 million in 24 hours, which is crazy. That's a huge difference. This is because OMI is listed on 4 exchanges, not 365 like Dogecoin is. And of the 4 that do list OMI, you've probably never heard of them unless you're a mega crypto nerd, which I am. And I still have never heard of them. And since OMI just completed its migration to ERC20, it is my belief that some major listing announcements are coming soon. And if OMI can be listed on Coinbase, then the price will easily double. But don't just take my word for it. There's something called the Coinbase effect, where on average, whenever a crypto gets listed on Coinbase, the value goes up by 91% in the first 5 days. Will this happen for sure? I don't know, but consider this. Immutable X is a platform where Veve's NFTs get created, and Immutable X is the official partner of Coinbase. This is actually public, you can check it out. And IMX is the coin that powers Immutable X. And IMX was just recently listed on Coinbase. And Veve has over 1 million active users a month. And since Coinbase is looking to create its own NFT platform, which doesn't yet exist, I don't think it's a stretch to speculate that OMI could be coming to Coinbase. The second reason why I believe OMI will go up in value is because of its deflationary pressure, meaning over time, there's gonna be less and less OMI available to buy. And whenever there's less and less of something because the supply is going down, the more valuable it usually becomes, assuming that there's still demand. Now, check this out. This is gonna blow your mind, but whenever someone buys a collectible NFT from the primary market, 100% of its MSRP value gets burned from the reserve wallet. So if someone buys a $333 Walt Mickey statue, then $333 worth of OMI gets burned from the reserve wallet. Now, sales in the secondary market burn 2.5% of each transaction. So if someone buys a $50,000 Walt Mickey statue, 2.5% of $50,000 is $1,250 worth of OMI that gets burned from the reserve wallet. Now, eventually, once the reserve wallet is depleted enough, the team will use 7% of the primary sales revenue to buy back more OMI, kind of like a share or a stock buyback program. And whenever a corporation buys back more of its stock, the value of that stock also goes up. And that's just one mechanic of how there's gonna be less OMI over time. But wait, there's more. There's something called the utility program, which is another mechanic. The utility program itself is easy to understand. You lock up OMI in exchange for certain perks and benefits inside the app. You're basically given superpowers to increase your odds of getting in on a drop, and that's pretty cool, easy to understand. Here's the hard part. When most cryptocurrencies are created, they encourage or incentivize their hodlers to remove that crypto from the marketplace. Take Ethereum 2.0, for example. So Ethereum 2.0, proof of stake. You have to stake 32 Ethereum inside of a beacon chain to protect the network. So how do you incentivize people to do that, right? I don't want to remove 32 Ethereum. I can't do anything with that. You have to incentivize people by paying them a dividend or an APY or interest, whatever you want to call it, right? And by paying people those dividends, you are decreasing the value of said currency. Because if I'm being paid a dividend in that crypto, I want to sell that crypto and I want to actually make real dollars so I can pay my real bills. So this creates selling pressure, which creates negative momentum on the price. So instead of incentivizing people by giving them more money, you're just given certain perks and benefits of increasing your odds and getting on the hottest Disney drop or Pokemon. What? And who doesn't want to get in on the latest hottest drop, which for a couple $100s could make you potentially tens of thousands of dollars, like the secret rare Spider-Man has, like the Walt statue has. These are very real perks that people will be very incentivized to remove OMI from the marketplace. But wait, there's even more. Arguably the biggest potential though is the Veveverse, which is their own version of the metaverse. And once they start to rebrand themselves as a metaverse company and crypto, the value will skyrocket, which is what happened when on October 28th, Facebook announced that they're rebranding to Meta, and cryptocurrencies in the metaverse space like Decentraland skyrocketed, because on October 27th, Decentraland was worth something like 75 cents, and then a month later, it went up to $5.20. That's an increase of 7 times. Now, the Veveverse will have its own perks and utilities, and you'll actually be able to buy land with OMI directly. And 100% of the purchase price of that land will be burned directly from the circulating supply, which is pretty cool. Maybe that's when you'll be able to get into Pokemon. You'll have to own grassland, and that's how you'll be able to capture them. You found a Jikachu! All of this fancy schmancy talk is just my way of saying that the more people are aware of Veve and how the collectibles can change people's lives, the more incentive there will be to buy OMI, to stake it, so people can increase their odds of getting these life-changing collectibles, which not only reduces the OMI from the market, which increases its value, but also increases the value of the collectibles themselves, which over time, because of the transactions, will only burn more OMI from the reserve wallet. And on February 10th, the founder tokens will be unlocked, at which point OMI will reach the max circulating supply, at which point no more can be created, at which point hopefully OMI becomes a deflationary token. Now, as far as gems go, for people that still have a lot in the app and can't convert it to real dollars, that will happen once they integrate the MTL, the money transmitter license, which I hope happens this year. And that is when they'll have to integrate the KYC, know your customer, and AML, anti-money laundering laws, because the government wants to know when you're moving your $50,000 Walt statue so you can pay your taxes. And they have every incentive under the sun to continue working with the huge brands Marvel, Universal, Disney, that they worked so hard to build, and I believe it's coming soon. So all these problems are solving themselves literally as we speak. Well, not as we speak, as I speak. Hopefully you're not speaking to your phone and your laptop, because that would be weird, unless you're shouting at the computer because you're angry that I sold my Bitcoin, in which case, here's what I'll say about that strategy. I'm planning to buy more Bitcoin to replace the ones I've sold, and as much as I love both Bitcoin and Ethereum, they will always be my favorite cryptocurrencies, I still feel that OMI has a really good chance of doubling much faster this year than Bitcoin. In other words, I feel OMI will hit 1 penny much earlier than Bitcoin will reach the all-time high again. But just remember, I could be 100% wrong, and please consider this as one opinion, one of many, which is not necessarily the correct one. So please only invest what you're willing to lose, and in the meantime, love you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you back here on Monday and Friday, sometimes a Wednesday. Don't forget to grab up to $250 worth of free Bitcoin with this link right here. Go grab your free stocks, links down below. Go track them automatically with the spreadsheet link down below in my Patreon. I'll see you soon. Take care.